Is the market oversaturated? Are there more web designers and SEOs than the market can really handle? So does it even make sense for you to even bother starting in this business in the first place? This is one of those questions that I get asked pretty often. And when I get asked this question, it's by entrepreneurs who are working on starting their business, but really haven't started their business and haven't worked with any clients yet. And I want to make sure to address this question, not so we can just understand the market and making sure that there's room for you in it, but I want you to understand some of the reasons why you may be asking this question that you don't even realize, because these are some of the questions you can unconsciously be asking that will keep you from ever starting your business and ever being able to see your business take off. Now, of course, don't want to see that happen, which is why we're going to address that. So let's first answer the question, is the market oversaturated? Now let's take a look at the number of web designers in the United States. Now, we could replicate this exact same thing here with any country, and we could even look at this globally. But just for simplicity's sake, we're going to look at this from the United States. Now, there are a large number of web designers, and as you can probably imagine, this is not going to account for every freelancer and everyone out there who is trying to make a name for themselves. But let's also now look at the number of businesses that exist within the United States. Now, you can see that this itself is a really large number. And when we look at these two large numbers, we can also see the really large gap that exists in between. So there are far more businesses that need help and that need growth that web designers, SEOs, marketers will be able to help than there are marketers to actually help them. So this is why we don't want to let a thought like, is there even room in this market for me? Because there absolutely is. There is enough work to go around for all of us. And there are businesses that need your help. They need you to show up because they are going to jive with you. You're going to be the person that they really connect with and that they believe in, and that you are going to be excited more than others to be able to serve and help support. So it is really important that you do get started, not just for your own sake, so that you can do what it is you truly want to do, but because there are businesses out there who really need you and that you are going to be a perfect match for. Now, I want to talk about some of the reasons why you may actually be asking this question. Some of this can actually come from a bit of fear. And this can be, well, I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't done this before. Maybe I need to learn more skills. So we start putting in thoughts into our minds such as, well, maybe there's just too much competition. I should have started earlier. Maybe if I had started this 5 years earlier, this would be a different scenario. And so we start putting the excuses in our head about why this isn't going to work, and that keeps us from ever getting started. So it's very, very important that you recognize, and this is simply by taking the time to recognize, why haven't you started yet? What do you believe is blocking you from getting started? And you can do this by, when you sit down to work on your business, to pay attention to what starts going on in your mind. So some of the things that you might start thinking are, I really want to do this. I really want to run a business like this, but who am I to run this business? I mean, am I good enough? I haven't even gotten results yet. How can I do this? How am I going to compete? Others are so much farther ahead. There's these big companies. There's all these individuals. Look at their portfolios. They're so great. Why would anyone choose me over them? See, that's one of the big things that also keeps people from getting started. Even though no one has to tell you that those agencies that are big, and even the freelancers or individual entrepreneurs who have been doing this for years on their own, they all started from the same exact place that you did. Yet there's still going to be room for you. So you may keep thinking, well, why would anyone choose me? Am I even good enough to do this? Who am I to show up and do this work? So if these are the things that you notice that you're thinking, well, this is good because you are already ahead of many others, because many people don't take the time to recognize that those thoughts are coming up for them. And when they don't recognize it, they cannot work on it. So some of those thoughts can be the biggest things that need to shift for you in order for your business to move forward. So let's say, for instance, you're saying, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough experience. Others are farther ahead than me. Nobody should choose me over others. I mean, there's way more people in this market. So who needs another web designer, another SEO, another Facebook ads expert? And when you are thinking that, it is keeping you from being able to make any real progress because you don't fully believe that you're going to be able to get the results that you want. So when you recognize these thoughts, what this does is it allows you to see which of these thoughts keep coming up for you. And that way you can address that specific thought. And one of the ways that you can do that, that's the simplest but very effective, is to think about if that was your best friend and your best friend was telling you that thought, I want to start this business, but I'm just not good enough. What is it that you would tell them? Because you sure as heck wouldn't say, you're right, you're not good enough, you shouldn't start this business. We don't do that to our friends, so we shouldn't do that to ourselves. So think about some of the comments or motivational, inspirational type of talk that you would give to your friend, and write that down. So that way in the future, as you say things like, am I good enough? You can quickly redirect that thought and insert a more positive thought that is more self-serving, one that is going to help move you towards your business goals. So in thinking about, am I good enough? Well, this week, I am reaching out to a business that I would really be interested in working with so that I can find a way to add value to their business so that I can help them grow at the same time that I'm growing my abilities, skills, confidence. Okay, anything that is going to help you work more towards your goals. Okay, so those are very, very important. So no, the market is not oversaturated, and I want to make sure that you are focusing on some of these other things that may be popping up for you. Maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't, but I would love to hear your thoughts about, is the market oversaturated? What is your opinion? And do you have any of these thoughts? Does any of this sound familiar to you? And let's work through it. So let me know in the comments below. I will talk to you there, and I'll see you next time.